but you actually can. Because regardless of whether or not they want to respect and trust you, if you are consistent in your alignment and your congruence, what that will eventually show is to the third principle, that life is a mirror. Who you are is reflected in what you are and how others respond to you. And your authenticity will naturally compel the authenticity in others. But authenticity doesn't always mean healthy. Now, what that means here is you need to temper your expectations. Now, based on the Hawkins scale, 80 to 90% of people are living in suffering, but they pretend like they're not. And so if we are being authentic, even when we are authentic in our suffering, naturally, as we advance, we begin to move up the scale. But if they're not being authentic in that suffering, that will be hidden. And people don't like to be seen by those they don't trust or respect. But the problem is that when you are authentic, this will naturally move them to trust and respect you. So because of that, because of this law of alignment and congruence and this law of attraction, if they are not in alignment with your authenticity, they will either move away from you and be repelled by your authenticity, or they will be drawn towards you because they want it. That is law. It is acting with consistency that creates that. And so, as a result, 80 to 90% of people are in suffering. And so, by even choosing and watching this video, you're not going to be able to stay in suffering very long, because naturally, authentically, as you embrace who you are, you will raise up the scale, and now you'll be in getting by. And then you'll be able to feel experiences that are not shame, guilt, fear, desire, but are going to be things like courage, willingness, neutrality, acceptance, and reasoning. But that's not going to be the end, is because if you keep going, now you're going to move into things like love, peace, and joy. But only about 1% of people experience those emotions, while 10% of people experience these getting by emotions, while 90% of the world is suffering. So by law of attraction, by law of alignment and congruence, as you act more consistently, the world will begin to reflect who you are. And through that, your trust and respect will naturally rise for self, but that doesn't necessarily mean others will follow, because how they feel about you will be a reflection of how they feel about themselves.